You might have noticed how long this video is. Sorry, I started telling a story about all my animals and I got a little long-winded. But if you want to see me put this face on and hear about my animals, I'd be lovely, 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 lovely chance to tell you. So if you want to see and listen, keep on watching. Thanks! So, I want to show you how I'm going to switch up my routine for summer. Naked. Okay, I'm going to take some of my baby skin, a Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. Now, the eye look that I'm going to be doing, I've actually filmed twice. And the first time, no, I didn't film twice, I filmed once. But when I filmed it, I didn't get my foundation on the right way. And it looked ratchet. If I can steal a YouTuber's term, ratchet! So, I've just primed my face. Put that over there, taking a flat top kabuki brush from bareMinerals and the bareMinerals To Go, is it? What is it? Ready SPF 20 foundation in medium beige. And I need to get some more. I'm just gonna swirl in there, get it all over, and start pouncing. Pounce, 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 pounce. Pounce, 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 pounce. You don't buff this in the way that you buff in the loose powder. Get it back here. My neck chin. My neck chin. Should make a song about neck chin. Or maybe not. Like my demon. Yep. They happen. But it kind of blurs out when you put that on. So, I'm going to be looking into trying the IT Cosmetics mineral foundation or powder foundation. I like this one a lot. But I like to have options. I never wear one foundation for like longer than a couple of days. And I myself prefer the ready one to the powdered one. I like how compact it is. And I think it gives me a really good full coverage, see? Of course now I look like I'm albino. Hold on, I'll bring back some color. Gotta fix my eyes first. Gotta fix them. Okay. I know it looks like you're getting flashback. There's sunscreen in this, so the light is reflecting, but when I'm in the sun, it actually... My mother thinks it's a little dark for me. My mother sees my neck all the time, though, so I don't know. I'll have to ask him when I see her. Second pair of eyes is very important sometimes. Great brush. Love that brush. We're going to use some Maybelline FITme concealer. And get rid of some of those sickos. Sickle. It's a nice thin concealer. I have the powder concealer, I just don't like the way it looks under my eye because it just dries it out. See how pretty? Pretty. I like that. So just using this. And I'm actually going to try a different under eye setting powder. I'm kind of frightened. Not really. And if you're worried about blending creams or liquids into the minerals, don't be. Just work with the colors you have and take your time. See, just blend it in just perfectly. So I got this on clearance today at Ulta. I went there to get the mascara that you get for being a member on your birthday month. And so this is what it looks like, the Cargo Powder HD. What's really cool is it has this little stopper and an actual like fishnet mesh. It's not plastic mesh that bounces like a trampoline and dispenses the really finely milled powder. So I'll use that under my eyes right now. Wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. I now have another option to my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. We'll see how it sets permanently. I love how dark my eyelids are right now. It's so dry. Okay, that's cool. I got it for clearance, so I can't, like, hate it, right? Nope, can't hate it. Let's do some eyes. See, that was the main change, was the face, but let's, get, you know what I want to do? I have a couple of much larger pores right there that I want to use the powder in. It's kind of like using the mineral veil. I'm using the Milani the Milani eyeshadow primer. Oh my lord. Got too much there, so I'll just spread it between two eyes. And I like this primer. I still think I like the e.l.f. primer better than this one. But if you can't find e.l.f., you can usually find Milani. And they're both being sold in more places now. So that's always pleasant. Alright. Swipe, 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 swipe. I want to get my brows on, but I don't see my... Oh, there it is. I've got my Benefit BrowZings palette in medium brown and have no longer got an eyebrow brush. Where'd that go? Oh, there you are. He was hiding behind Kermit. You gotta concentrate when you're doing the brows, don't you know? I still haven't made it back to Sephora to return my Anastasia brow pomade that's in the wrong color for me. Because I really want to try it. I really want to see if it's going to work for me. It seems to work for a lot of people. Have you tried it yet? I know my friend Kim. Hi Kim. I know Kim has. There. Alright, what I did was I took my Tarte palette, the Duo, and I don't know what colors they are because it doesn't list them on the back. Just heard my mama tweet to me. And I'm going to pack that right here. And here. That's just the pale shade. So try to find yourself a nice pale shade, slightly lighter than your skin. Now I'm going to take that brown, it reminds me of soft brown from MAC, so if you have that shade. It's matte. This is going to become my transition shade. See, I'm just blending it in. Blend, 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 blend. I get to go have dinner with wolves this coming Sunday. I'm excited. Here in Arizona, the Lobos wolf, the Mexican wolf, is about to become extinct. And I'm a member of the National Wildlife Foundation, and I'm also a member of the Wildlife Foundation and ASPCA. Taking this lilac shadow, it's called Lavender from Avon. It's just a single. And I'm going to push that into the corner right there. Up and over, up and down, straight at my nose bridge. I know that might sound weird, but it's going to work, I swear. And my husband treated me by donating a certain amount of money to the Wildlife Reserve Foundation. And so I get to have a fancy dinner, I'm supposing. There's going to be a couple of wolves there, because it says with wolves. That look weird. Now I made myself look alien. That's okay. It's just the base. I'm going to focus a little. Let me get some of this milk pencil from NYX, the Jumbo milk pencil, on the line here and here. But we've been trying as the foundation to stop. See, what it is the ranchers versus the wolves. And our legislature lets the ranchers shoot the wolves because the wolves are killing their cows, which I understand they want to defend their cows. But they go out and hunt them, and they're not even attacking their cows. And they're about to go extinct, and, you know, one more animal gone. What are we going to do? Using the Maybelline Eyestudio, I don't know what it's named anymore, except for the color is Forest Fury. It looks like this. Do they still sell those? Maybe? I've had this for a couple years. Taking a flat brush in this light color I'm gonna pat that over the white. Over towards the edge. Pushing it up into my crease. And you know, I don't know if you've watched any of my videos before, but I'm a dog lover. I'm an animal lover, to be honest. I have a little farm. Not really. I wish I did. Oh, that'd be so amazing. Makeup and farms would be awesome. I have 2 sugar gliders. If you don't know what those are, they're kind of like a miniature possum. I'm going to take this shimmery green here. They're marsupials. They're from Australia. Sometimes they call them flying squirrels. They're about this big from head to butt, and then their tail's about this long. They have membraned fur, so when they spread their arms out, there's a membrane, like wing, from their feet to their front feet. And they can glide from, they don't fly, they glide. That means they jump far distances and soar on the wind. They have, the girls carry their babies in 2 separate pouches, sideways. They're kind of like that. And the boys have bifurcated organs for that purpose. And I've had 3 altogether, sugar lighters. Boone and Boba right now are the guys we have. We had Emmett, but he passed away many years back on Christmas. And that was sad for our family. And taking this darker color with the same fluffy brush, tapping that here. And then 2 years ago, Boone, he was the we rescued the 2 others. Boone was the only one we purchased from a breeder. 2 years ago, Boone had an infected tooth, and their skulls are like this big. So I took him to the special vet, and he said, well, I can try to do surgery, but it's really hard since they're such tiny animals, and see what I can do. Because his eye was bulging out, it was so infected. Couldn't close his eye anymore. I'm going to take this yellow color here and butt it up to that lavender and tickle it down. But he was successful at saving Boone's eye. He does have a pirate eye squint now. But just a month ago, when they get older, they are susceptible to back leg paralysis, and he can still move his feet, but he's really struggling. But he's eating well and he's happy, so he's not seeming like he's suffering any. That was most important to me. My husband and I had this discussion. I said, you know, there's a sparkly coat color that I'm going to take now. I said, you know, we don't want them to suffer. So we have the 2 sugar gliders. As I keep rambling and rambling on, not getting much done. I forgot to go back in with the tip of that brush and that green. We're going to go underneath. And anywho, what was I talking about? Oh, so we also have a rescued chinchilla. His name is Gizmo. He lives in my son's bedroom. And then we have my 3 dogs, and they're all rescued. Frida was the first one we rescued from the San Felipe rescue mission, so if you feel like donating to them, please do. They're an awesome mission. They go down to Mexico, and the dogs that are run wild, they will take some of them in and spay or neuter them, and the rest that they catch and release. They spay and neuter the dogs. When they had gotten Frida had already whelped, and she became the San Felipe Rescue Mission's mascot dog for a while. So when I asked them, once I met Frida, if we could adopt them, we had to have a really big interview, because Frida slept with the mission's leader in her bed, and they wanted to make sure. I'm going to take the NYX The Curve, liquid line. They wanted to make sure that Frida would be a match for us, and I don't know if it was because Frida picked me. I think she did. I think Frida picked me. I walked into the pet store to get some crickets and worms for the sugar gliders with my husband, and saw the mission there with all the dogs behind the doggy pins. And I had never owned a dog before. So my husband saw me walk over, and Frida walked across the pen in front of a bunch of dogs, looked up at me, and her eyes were glowing this amber glow. It was just the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And leaned into me. And my heart became a pile of mushy unicorn. I don't know, I just was like, oh God, I need this girl in my life. And it took us about a month to finalize with the San Felipe rescue mission, but she walked into my heart and fit perfectly. We brought her home, and she loved the car ride. She loved to get in the car. And took her inside her house. I say her house. Still lining here. Just doing like a small flick. Just a small one. Like I said, we took her inside her house, and she walked around. She saw this brand new humongous dog bed and thought to herself, well, that must be mine. So she went over to it and she marked it. That was the last time she ever did anything inside the house. She then immediately explored the rest of the house, found a doggy door to the backyard, went out into the backyard, went out there, took her little, was a good girl, and then, how did that liner go? Oh, I put you upside down. Stila's Stay All Day Waterproof Liner in Teal. Walked over to the rocky area and found a goat's head, which is like this little nugget of a seed pod that has sharp things. Everything in Arizona has sharp things, and got one stuck in her paw. And I was worried because I could see her limping, but she looked up at me, she limped over to me and held out her paw for me and let me hold her foot and remove the sticker, and we've been best friends since. It was funny though, I'm just putting that liquid right above the black. Just to add something special. I had put the dog bed next to my bed so she could sleep next to me because I didn't know I didn't expect her to sleep in bed with me. I woke up though. Unbeknownst to me, she had gotten into bed with me, and somehow I was spooning her like I had always spooned her. My husband got a photograph of it too because he laughed. He goes, yeah, you thought she was going to sleep in a dog bed. And that's where she slept ever since, was in the bed with me. And where's my eyelash curler? I know this is a long, oh my god, video. Hold on, let me pause this first. Talking about my animals makes me really just ramble. Alright, everybody's texting me right now. Leave me alone! So Frida, I fell in love with immediately. And then we got Shiloh from the same rescue mission. She had already been returned twice by two other adopters. I'm going to use this one, the Bombshell volume by CoverGirl. She'd already been returned twice. She was very skittish. She did not like men. She did not like sticks. She did not like anybody except for Lily, the owner of the rescue mission's daughter. And she wasn't the typical kind of dog that people who think dogs are awesome would want to get. Something about her said, I need you. And what it turned out to be was I needed her to help me understand a different personality in dogs. The ones that have been downtrodden and injured by people and needed somebody to herald for them because they don't have voices. It was apparent she had been beaten as a dog in the streets of Mexico. She never whelped though. She was a puppy when they found her. In fact, she was one of the catch and releases. What happened was she found her way back by herself to the mission. And I get kind of misty-eyed about this because Shiloh is all about me. She has to be with me if I'm here. She's back behind the screen right now. I can hear her. And wouldn't dream of doing anything without her mommy. She won't eat her dinner unless I'm home. She won't go outside and go potty. She'll hold it till I get home. And most loving, affectionate, sweet dog. It took about 4 or 5 months for her to warm up to my husband because she did not like men at all. Did not. But now, they're best buds. Okay, mascara's on. This has been a long-winded work. Milani's Candy Toffee. And my third dog. My third dog's name is George. George is a girl. George came to us from a crack house. We rescued her from being let out in the streets. I don't know how it just happened. And George's name was Bandit, but as soon as I saw George, I knew her name was George. And she is George, like, my name is George, I love you so much. So my three girls, Frida, my diva, George, and Shiloh, who's shy, they love us. They're our family. Okay, a little bit of bronzer, and then we're ready to rock and roll with this amazingly long-winded dog story. Sorry, I was just getting long-winded there. I'm just taking some Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and a little bit of Snow Bunny highlighter, and we're done. Okay, so thanks for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, this is how the look ended. It's just got a slight surprise with a little bit of lavender and teal. This is going to be called my dog story look. Thanks so much for stopping by and listening to me ramble on and have like a journal moment. It ain't easy being green, but it sure is fun.